One of the challenges when you initially start to try to use these skills with mental health difficulties is that we often just don't remember to use them in the moment. So, we've got a bit of a daily practice, daily-ish, and then at these critically difficult times, it actually all goes out the window and we forget to practice until later, when we sort of realize what's happened. So the thing I like to do to counter this is, number one, is the daily practice. The daily practice will over time build up the association. That kind of background awareness of difficulty will start to trigger skills. And then on top of that daily practice that we commit to and try to use each day, and it can be a very little amount, it can be just 5-10 minutes, it doesn't need to be a lot. We then start to do a process called intention and reflection. And this means that in the morning when we wake up, we set an implementation intention for the day. We say, okay, when I'm struggling with obsessions, the urge to do compulsions, or depressive rumination, or self-critical attacking thoughts, hopelessness, helplessness, or worry, or panic symptoms, or some other psychological difficulty like hallucinations, or mania, and an upsurge of positive emotion that puts us out of control, whatever it might be. When that happens today, I am going to use skills like dropping anchor. Let's use dropping anchor as a simple example. So today, when that happens, I'm going to drop anchor, and we might repeat that a few times to ourselves. Today, when I experience that thing, I'm going to drop anchor. You really try to take in the content of those words and really let it sink into you. A little bit like you've gone to the shops and forgotten your shopping list, and on the way you remind yourself, okay, I need sugar, flour, and butter. If you're making a cake, I need sugar, flour, and butter, and you remind yourself of whatever those ingredients are that you might forget. And then when you get to the shop, you see those ingredients, it will trigger you to remember them. And so we set that intention in the morning, and then in the evening, we do a reflection. We reflect, how did I get on today? Did I manage to use my skills? Did they go out the window? And we do that reflection with a lot of compassion. We think, okay, it's hard to do this. It's difficult to use these skills, difficult to implement them. And, I did well at this time. I didn't do so well at this time. That's okay. I'm learning this stuff. I wouldn't expect myself to have any other skill like that automatically without training it. So, okay, when I'm next in this context, I go to this kind of social function, or I meet this person, or I see this trigger, or my energy level is low, or I'm waking up with morning anxiety, or whatever it is. Next time I face that, I'm going to use my skills. And then you reflect over that, and you set that reflection deeply into your mind again. And then the next day you wake up, you do the intention again. So intention in the morning, reflection in the evening. You can do this written. I like to do it as a reflection practice because I'm perhaps a little bit lazy, but also that sense of getting it into your mind, deep enough that it's going to be activated. I think there's something about reflection that helps with that. And if we combine that with daily practice, if we combine that with environmental cues, pairing up behavior with certain things we're doing through the day. So every time I brush my teeth, I drop anchor, or every time I'm in the shower, I do some gratitude practice, or whatever it might be. Then, if we put these things together over time, this stuff will come to you. I found in my journey, it was quite a long period of daily practice before it started to come automatically to me. Probably, a few years really, but I wasn't doing targeted act skills like this. I was doing traditional meditation practices, and that can be very context dependent learning, where we pick something up on the cushion or the chair or whatever way we meditate, and then it's hard to bring it into life always. Whereas if we do more targeted practice, and we set intentions like this, and we really reflect on how we get it on in a compassionate and kind way, that's going to make this stuff come to us more automatically, more quickly. And I've seen that in clients where they've shortcutted the kind of practice journey I had significantly. There's also this idea of the pain alarm clock, that our pain becomes the reminder to activate the skills. So if we're in a lot of pain, that is tough, emotional pain, psychological pain, physical pain. It is really difficult to be in that place. But the good side is we have a lot of pain alarm clocks going off. So sometimes that can mean we progress quicker as well. And I certainly feel like I learned the most in my most difficult, painful times, when I had to just do the techniques over and over and over again with real, gentle relentlessness, I call it. So this determination, but with a calm, gentle, relaxed intention there as well. And just over and over again, like that river carving that valley, just gently washing through, until these skills become natural. The other thing I'll say is we can do this intention and reflection as we approach difficult things as well. So we can, set the intention before we go into something that we know is challenging, and do the reflection afterwards. So it doesn't have to be beginning of the day, end of the day. It can be before I public speak, or before I go to social function that's difficult, or before I face triggers for my OCD, or before, I experience something that's going to trigger my depression. We do the same process, and that pre, during, and after is a nice way to think about using skills. Can I use them before? Can I use them during? And then if I've missed before and during, can I at least do it afterwards? So once I come to from the sort of autopilot, rumination, worry, analysis, judgment getting stuck in our heads, or hyper awareness check-in, scanning, monitoring of our physiological and emotional symptoms. Once I come to from that days, can I then start to drop anchor at least afterwards? And then if I do enough of that, then it's going to happen. We could add in urge delay as well if we're working on behaviors. Can I delay the behavior, delay the problematic coping method, and practice urge surfing or dropping anchor, and extend out that time? So different ideas, but really the main idea of this video is intention and reflection. So give it a shot, and yeah, let me know how you get on in the comments.